I saw this. We have not talked about this at all. About this rumor out there. I guess it was started by Brood_Edge on Twitter. I think this is the first time I saw it. Anyways, this tweet: WWE is actively testing the waters to go back to WWF.
Oh, that's a load of BS. They can't do that.
Just outwardly dismissing.
Yeah. They've
Not
been
gonna happen.
WWE for what? Near
20 years,
25
24.
years?
Yeah.
It's not a small feat to completely rebrand a company.
It's not. We've seen it happen with Twitter.
Yes. At this point, people just there's a lot of fans of WWE who don't know it is WWF. Period. You know? And that's not even taking into account the whole legal concerns involved in doing that, given the reason they had to change in the first place with the World Wildlife Fund. I don't like. No.
That's less of an issue, I think. I mean, if they are exploring, if they're testing the waters, they're not just going to do it while ignoring that. They would have to come to some sort of legal agreement.
Yeah. Which, in my understanding, has not always been easy. So
it hasn't always been easy with Vince McMahon. I don't think that's not the problem. Your first point is absolutely the thing. You have.
Well, I don't think you could. I think the larger thing is rebranding an entire company these days, especially a company the size of WWE, is massive. But since I'm just not very well versed in the legal proceedings and how litigious World Wildlife Fund still might be and how protective they are of their branding as WWF, how that would play into it either. I don't think you can discount that entirely.
They wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do this without coming to an agreement. That's not the issue. And I don't know if they could, if they would, whatever. If they could get past that legal hurdle, would they?
I don't know, because there's so many fans who just know it as WWE. And they rebranded WWF and be like,
let me ask you this.
What?
How many fans do you think aren't even aware that it used to be called that? I can't even if you take the subsection of fans that were born after it was named WWE, 2002 or whatever. I think it's 2002.
Yeah.
2002, and I was 22 years. Even I would say 80% of them know that it used to be WWF.
Oh, I'm sure they would be aware that it used to be WWF, but at the same time, they know it is WWE.
Do you think it'd be a stupid move? Triple H is such a historian guy.
I know. There's the nostalgia of WWF, and growing up, that's what I watched was WWF, and yeah, there's something to be said in terms of the history of the company, maybe, but I don't know, just from a purely business perspective. How many of those title belts do they have out there given to sports teams with just the current logo on there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They've invested so much in marketing the company with the current name that to change all that for some reason, I don't know why they would, other than just embrace the history of the company or something like that. I don't know why they would. They've been wildly successful, especially of late as WWE.
Yeah.
Why change?
Yeah.
Why change the name? Why change the name?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think you're right. I think it's a fun conversation though. Because I saw this and I have no idea if it's true or not. It's been passed around so much at this point that people seem to think there's some legitimacy to it. I don't know why they would either. I mean, if they could come to an agreement, I'll put it this way, if they can come to an agreement where they don't have to act like it wasn't a thing, where they can say WWF in reference to its history, where they can unblur out, the logo and stuff on the lower, on the little, the bug or whatever, then I think that'd be kind of cool. You cut World Wildlife Fund a check and be like, hey, here you go. Can we unblur our stuff? We're all adults now. We're WWE. This is not a big deal. I could see them doing that so that they can, because Triple H is big on history. Mm-hmm. And if he wants the company to freely be able to reference the history that they want to acknowledge, then I could see that being the case. But to go back to referring to themselves as the World Wrestling Federation, unless it's just a stick up Triple H's ass that he's been like, this was bullshit in the first place. This is the Fed. This is where we should be. Maybe his burner count is like, WW Fed for life or something like that. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. But I know, I remember when it happened, it really bothered because we're in college, it's like, what the fuck? This is stupid, WWE, that's dumb. But, so yeah, I don't know. I really would be shocked if they wanted to actively go back to calling their modern day brand WWF.
And here's, I think another, in terms of just the name itself, another thing to potentially consider. While the company, since Vince is out, has been more comfortable embracing the term pro wrestling on TV, it's obvious they don't just see themselves as a pro wrestling company. And when you hear the word federation in reference to WWE now, you think, oh, they're a pro wrestling company. And I don't think they want to be viewed as just a pro wrestling company. They want to be viewed as an entertainment company. And therefore, the WWE branding, even though I don't think the letters stand for anything anymore.
Yeah, technically, it doesn't even stand for World Wrestling Entertainment.
So for that reason, they might just want to keep entertainment in there because, pro wrestling is one part of what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be wild if they do, though.
Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised if...
if nothing else, it's a great way to sell more merch.
Yeah, the old WWF logo, like in the 80s with chrome kind of effect on it.
It doesn't hit the same when they just, because like the John Cena Word Life one, they brought that back, and it just doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't.
Could you imagine like the current network logo, though, with like just a couple of spikes on the right side of it for the F?
Yeah.
It would be
weird. It'd be unbalanced.
It'd be imbalanced. Yeah, exactly.
Like it worked with the Scratch logo because the whole logo was like...
It was askew.
It was askew a slight bit,
right.
and the chrome one just worked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No,
if you have the current logo and just stick a couple, I don't know what you call the lines to make the F sticking out of one of the W's, be like, what the heck is this?
Maybe if the arrangement is we want to sell merch, they can have their cake and eat it too. If
it's a situation where they come to an agreement like, hey, can we at least use this with the World Wildlife Fund to make some retro themed merch using the original logo? We'll donate to the World Wildlife Fund if that helps.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
There you go.
Let's get that.
But in terms of wholesale rebrand the company, I'd be really, really surprised.
I feel like a Scratch logo shirt would probably sell tons.
Yeah.
That alone would probably be worth it. But yeah, I'd be surprised if they like went back to being called that, But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Triple H wants to do,
I don't know either. I don't know.
Look, the fact is he hasn't brought back like the Winged Eagle title. He didn't bring back the big gold belt instead of doing what they did. So
they want the branding on stuff. They want that brand.
I think his appreciation for history doesn't supersede his understanding of like just good branding business. Nick Khan would probably be like, what are you talking about?
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of other executives at WWE headquarters. Well, that's more their purview than Triple H.
Dude, as we saw there this year's WrestleMania, Triple H got his way. Triple H, Roman, and Cody all conspiring. He got his way over the Rock, over Rock 10.0 even.
Yeah, final boss.
Final boss.
Final boss.